Welcome back, everybody. Today we're at a family member's house, DC and I, and we are going to be cleaning out this shed. It's falling apart and everything in it's about to get ruined. Most of it is trash. We're going to try to save a few things, but we've been given permission to trash what we feel like is trash, so that is what we're going to do. Welcome, everybody. This was a relatively nice day, but I will say my skin was literally crawling afterwards. We seen some pretty big ass spiders in here, and I say big, I mean like the biggest spiders I have ever seen. We're coming up with a game plan. We're making a pile of things that are too big for trash bags that we can just put in the trash barrel. That's gonna go out to the street today, and then everything else we are bagging up to put in trash bags. This is a whole bag of Hot Wheels and really cool airplanes. We thought about trying to save some of these, but they were rusty and had some chips and stuff in it, so we ultimately decided just to get rid of it. So everything is getting put in these contractor trash bags. Contractor trash bags are thicker and more durable, and I highly recommend them for projects like this. Look what we found, you guys. Can you believe this? I tried to turn it on. It did not turn on, but it was vibrating in my hand, and then it stopped. And then we were like contemplating if we should try to get a charger for it and maybe try to save it. But ultimately DC was like, trash it. So I did. He peer pressured me into trashing it. But yes, contractor bags are very good for projects like this. As you can just see when I tossed that, like all this shit on the screen that just flew by is disgusting. And like instantly I regretted not wearing a hat, not wearing a bandana, not wearing sleeves, like not wearing boots instead of tennis shoes. Like it was disgusting in here, you guys. There was an infestation of ants, and I mean it was bad. Okay, there was just ants crawling everywhere. There is a bike back there that we left for now, but I'm gonna try to find a good home for it and give it away for free because it is an antique bike, and I know somebody out there will collect it and appreciate it. And that is something that's always been really important to me, is preserving history. And if it's something like that where I know it can go to a good home, then I will go out of my way just to do that. We also found a lot of pool supplies and things. Most of the stuff on the floor that you see me picking up here is because the boxes have gotten so moist and deteriorated that everything in said boxes was just getting like trashed. It was just falling out everywhere. There were paintballs in here that had gotten so hot and humid that they bursted and melted everywhere, so that was also a huge mess. We did a total of 6 trash bags, you guys. 6 contractor size trash bags. Amongst the trash barrel was full, and then we also had some big items like this dog crate and the bike. And in the back there, you will see a chair and a table that obviously we're going to have to figure something out down the road. But we told them, look, this is a good start. You know, we'll get the rest later. And then at least if they want to try to restore this barn, I think it would be possible if they rebuilt the doors and did some of the trim work around there that you can see is rotted at the top here at the door. But the interior seems structurally okay for the most part. I am a little worried that there was a bunch of holes around the shed where animals had been burrowing. So I'm not sure as far as underneath how stable it is, if there is a cavern underneath there and there's some termite damage or something, that could be an issue. But structurally inside it looked good to me, so I recommended if they wanted to have somebody rebuild the doors and the trim work there, I think that they could get a lot more life out of this shed. But it's gonna need severely deep cleaned. We found some army clothing there, and that is actual army clothing, like government issued. So we are going to try to save it. It is quite rough condition, as you can imagine. There's spider egg sacs and mouse poop all over it, but the material looked good and didn't have any holes, surprisingly. So we're gonna try to wash it and save it if we can. Found a heated water thing there for a dog. Just trying to get a game plan here. We're trying to get one wall cleared out, the one where the dog crate is there, and I put a mirror over there, and we're trying to get it so that the bike can get put over there as well. We found a laptop, you guys. We trashed it. There was like no way that anything on there was going to be even salvageable. So we just went ahead and trashed it. These bookshelves or shoe racks are actually in really good condition, and I think a good wipe down and they would be good as new. So we are saving those. Here I am picking up all the paintball stuff and trying not to step on any of them. Here is a Kiss 8-track, and here's the matching pants for that army outfit. It was damaged, unfortunately, and I hated to get rid of it. I asked DC, I'm like, do you think somebody might want to display this, like a Kiss fan or something? But realistically, like, it would take me so long to find somebody who would want it, and I don't have the time for that, unfortunately, right now. As you guys probably know, my life is pretty hectic right now. My mom is still in the hospital. She's been in the hospital since last October, which is like a year ago. And my dad is on hospice, and my life is a little busy. I'm an only child. If you guys don't know that, I am an only child, so most of the burden falls on me, and I don't really look at it as a burden. I look at it as a responsibility, but that's just the thing. My dad's an only child as well. That kind of complicates things because he doesn't have brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews to come help. So it's really just kind of me and Kenny. And that's fine, like, absolutely fine. But it does take up a lot of my time, and I just don't have the time to find a home for all these little things. So this bar stool back here is so dope, you guys, but they had like paint cans and stuff on it, and the paint cans were completely rusted through. So I don't know if that bar stool is going to be salvageable, but this radio is really cool, and it's battery operated. So yeah, I'm an only child, and thank God I have Kenny because, like, he's amazing and he helps me so much. This is a Coca-Cola inflatable cooler or something. We weren't sure. We were thinking about saving it, but it was so filthy. I was like, I ain't putting my mouth on that to blow it up. But Kenny has actually, or DC as you guys may know him, has actually been welcomed into my dad's family. My dad absolutely loves him. So much so that DC actually took my last name when we got married. So me and my father are the last of our line of our family, and I kind of knew that the name was going to die with me. But then Kenny, his dad's not in his life, and my dad has really stepped up and took that void. And Kenny asked him, like, hey, would you mind if I took your last name? And my dad was absolutely just flattered and honored. So if we ever do have kids or adopt or whatever and give them our last name, then the name will live on. And if not, it is what it is. But it's kind of cool that he took my last name. It's kind of rare, and I guess we're rare. Like, we've never been the norm. Me and my husband have always been kind of oddballs as far as like society might view. And it's actually a really good icebreaker when somebody asks him about his name, or if I took his name or whatever, what my maiden name was, and then he gets to tell him, oh, I took my wife's name. And usually it stops people in their tracks, and they're like, wait, what? My father was pretty well known in our community, even though it's not a small town. A lot of people know him because of where he worked, and he was a lot of people's bosses. So when people run into DC, sometimes they see his last name on his name badge at work or whatever, and they'll say, oh, your father was TJ, and he'll be like, actually it's my father-in-law, and they'll be like, wait, what? And then he has to like explain, but it's kind of funny, and it definitely turns some heads. At this point, I am getting hot and I need a break because this shed, even though it's so beautiful outside and nice and breezy, it's like stuffy in there and I feel like I can't breathe. So I'm just like starting to slow down here. Sorry I'm flashing you guys so much. I literally forgot the camera was there half the time. I was like trying to get this shit done. You know, I'm done. I want to get this done. This vintage suitcase here is absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to keep it, and DC talked me out of it because he said he could smell like an odor on it, and I didn't smell the odor just because everything in here stunk anyways. I was pretty sure because it was sealed that we could wipe it down and clean it, but he said no. He said get rid of it, so we got rid of it. I try to pick my battles when it comes to stuff like that because he's helping me do this, so I don't want to argue over a suitcase. We are getting towards the end here, you guys. Thank you for watching. We made good progress. I'm proud of this, and we're gonna come back and do the rest some other time because we just had so many trash bags piled up. We're putting the kiddie pool back in here and a couple other things, and then we're going to wrap up for the day, and we will finish this another day. Thanks for watching, and I hope this motivates you to declutter or clean something in your life. I'll see you guys later.